candidates and move on to their presentations, I want to give a few instructions to everyone sitting here. Firstly, we have our security team posted everywhere. So maintain decorum throughout the soapbox. If you are aggressive, if you are loud, if you are creating issues, I won't hesitate to ask the security to throw you out, and the security won't hesitate to throw you out either. So please maintain decorum, and this applies to everyone sitting on the ground area as well. We will be giving you a specific duration within which you can ask questions. So you can wait until then. Is it closed? Okay, so now let's begin with the soapboxes. So for instructions for the candidates. First, to you for the post of Student General Secretary. Here we have Tarun. And we also have Rishi. Ayman, our third candidate, he couldn't make it due to some unavoidable reasons, which was communicated to the election team. So we'll go ahead with the soapbox of Tarun and Rishi. Now to Tarun and Rishi. So first step, you will be able to present your presentations, your manifesto, your vision, all of those. You'll be presenting for a maximum of 6 to 7 minutes. We'll give you a notification when you reach the limit. You have to complete on time. After that, since this is a non-Yunan post, you will go ahead with the cross-questioning round. Now the cross-questioning round, you have a total of 3 questions and 2 follow-ups. You can choose to ask 3 questions and 2 follow-ups. That is totally up to you. When to go, what to go, you can ask 1 question, 1 follow-up, or whatever order it is totally up to you, but total of 3 questions and 2 follow-ups. Now during this cross-questioning round, the Executive Council members are allowed to give clarifications. So after the cross-questioning round, we'll be moving on to the Executive Council members. They will have a specific time within which they have to ask questions. Once the presentation and cross-questioning is done, I will specify the time within which the EC will have to ask questions. After which a designated time period will be given to the sphere heads and cores. To the attention of the sphere heads and cores, again, this time will be specified. You have to make sure that how many of you will be asking questions, how much the length of the questions will be, how many sub-questions will be. You will only be given 1 question and maximum 1 follow-up, again, based on time to ask. So you can decide among yourselves before asking. You have to complete within the specified time. Finally, GSB will get a total of 15 minutes. We will ask you to raise your hands. Only those who will raise their hands will be given a privilege to ask question, and it will just be 1 question. Once again, please maintain decorum. So yes, we can begin the soapbox now. Since Tarun came first, you have the drawing power. You can either go first or second. It's up to you. So we can start the soapbox now. So we'll begin with Tarun's presentation.
Hello everyone, I Tarun Kumar, a 4th year undergraduate student contesting for the position of Student General Secretary for the academic year 2025-26. With the vision of holistic student development, I will be facilitating you all by becoming your voice in administration, your partner in celebration, your support in distress, and your sathi in your progress. With this, I have categorized my manifesto into 4 major sections. Starting with the student facilities, Birthday Bash will be creating various dedicated birthday celebration spots across campus, featuring elegantly decorated space to enhance student experience. Vajra Canteen will be extending Vajra Canteen night facility till 3 a.m. in the night, facilitating the student working late hours in the academic zone. And with the initiatives like Vibing Zone and Hostel Graffiti, we will foster community bonding and bring vibrant energy to hostel life. Coming to the next section of my manifesto, which is My Team, My Sphere, With the project Bunyad, we aim to eradicate the financial constraint that by supporting the UPSC CSC student community by making the study material, coaching resources, and individual mentorship more affordable and accessible. With I Will Connect, the initiative will be having a structured collaboration with the C5 clubs, aiming to onboard real-world problem statements and thereby developing a technology-driven solution for the rural community. With the introducing SAMEEP, Sathi Mentorship Engagement Enhancement Program. It aims to improve the effectiveness and the participation of Sathi Mentor. The program unfolds into three aspects. Firstly, gatekeepers trainings for the mentor that would equip all the mentors with the necessary skill set to identify, support, and refer mentee in the time of their distress. Sathi Sok, it will be a series of 6 events planned throughout the first year, facilitating having a more participation of mentor and mentee as a group. Thirdly, outbound training for the mentors and the mentee to increase the participation and the bonding and coordinations among themselves. Introducing a new club under my sphere, Travel Club for the travel enthusiasts. It will be a student-led initiatives that bring you hassle-free, budget-friendly, but self-sponsored trips curated based on student interest. In the line, now coming to the next section, which is the third section, celebrating Insti Fiestas. I will be having food festival to celebrate the cultural diversity in the IIT Madras. Will be organizing Insti Food Festival, where we'll be calling outside vendors and the interested students to set up their stalls and sell the cultural cuisines to the residents. With the initiatives like Repurpose, we'll be having a social campaign via which will establish a structured and a regular donation drive in the hostels of IIT Madras. For this, we'll be collaborating with the Goonj Foundation, starting a culture of donation over discarding in our campus. With Lit Festival, it will be a 2-day conclave which will consist of panel discussion by various talk and panel discussions by authors and experts. Along with that, we'll be having a book mela where book stalls will be established, and apart from this, there will be numerous opportunities for the students to participate and show their talent in various activities like open mic and various competitions. Now coming to the fourth section, our wellness. Boosting our wellness, I will be having 4 initiatives under this basket. I'll be introducing a recreational space in the Quark Rec Recess where students and the students team can take the routine breaks through playful revival activities like puzzles, brain teasers, and some creative activities, and various other board games will be there in the Quark. Next is the nutrition and the wellness program. With this, I aim to establish more healthy, nutritious food in the messes, in the campus eateries, and even in the vending machines. We can have healthy options across the campus to facilitate the students. Along with that, the major component of the program will be having a nutritionist as a consultant in the institute hospital. Next initiative in the basket is the CLAMP, Campus Lifestyle Adaptation Management Plan. We'll be creating a module for freshers advocating the idea of co-living in the campus, and along with that we'll be having a series of activities and interactive sessions promoting the cross-cultural engagement and adaptation smoother. Coming to the last initiative, which is ACEWIN. With this, I aim to establish a financial literacy workshop program among the students to equip ourselves with the information and resources to support ourselves financially. Now, talking about my credentials, I have started my journey 3 years back as a founding member, as a first founding member of the UPSC team, served as the super coordinator of the UPSC club in the year 2023, serving as a head of UPSC club in the year 2023-24, served as the vice head of public policy club in the year 2023-24, served as the member of sustainability committee in the year 2023-24, and currently serving as the campus facility management committee core.
Tarun, 1 more minute left. 1 more minute.
With this vast years of experience, I have played a crucial role in laying the foundation of these SGS team, and now it's the time to take the spear to the new height. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, so next we'll move on to Rishi's Soapbox presentation.
Hi everyone, myself Pannala Rishivardhan Reddy, a third year undergraduate from the Department of Mechanical Engineering, contesting for the post of Students General Secretary. Coming to my vision, empowering a connected, inclusive and thriving IITM where every student's well-being, growth and voice leads the way forward. So coming to my manifesto, it's divided into 7 baskets. Students Wellness and Support, Serenity Hub, a relaxation space with interactive activities and soundproof meditation and yoga room to promote mental wellness and stress relief. Mental health and stress management workshops. Workshops focused on health awareness and stress management to support students' well-being. Unplug and Connect is a digital detox initiative to encourage students to unplug and engage in the offline activities for better mental health and productivity. V program, launching an empowerment program aimed at fostering inclusivity and unity committee through social outreach, collaboration and volunteer activities. Coming to Empowering Futures, Elective Express, a platform where students can request their preferred elective courses, ensuring their academic interests are considered by the administration. Hack for Good, a student-led initiative to create tech solutions for rural India in education, healthcare and agriculture in collaboration with I-Will team. Coming to Students' Efficiency and Communications, I am introducing Students' Profile, allowing students to upload and verify their POR details in workflow for easy and access and verification. Problem Survey, conducting monthly surveys to identify student issues and submitting a report to the administration for timely resolution of all the problems faced by the student general body. So coming to Campus Life and Inclusivity, ICAM. ICAM is my initiative where connecting freshmen with cultural summits during Freshie immersion, helping them explore diverse culture and find their communities. It describes that IITM is open for everyone. Through focused town hall meets, I am bringing administration to the GSB where they can have a transparent discussion. You can ask and give suggestions to the administration. If you face any problems, then give you an on-ground solution at the point. So many people work late night in the labs and C5 buildings. For them, I am providing a food truck in the academic zone so that there can be a break for their hunger cravings during night times. Coming to infrastructure and facilities, eCart After is one of my initiatives where late night eCart booking through iCollege for safe campus transportation during night hours. Mosquito repellent plants. Planting mosquito repellent plants like Captain, Marigold, Nochi in key campus areas to naturally combat the mosquito menace. Extending quad to 24/7 creates a hangout and reading area in the hostel zone. So no need to go for a late night trek to Ajanta. So security and fingerprints for campus safety of all the students is one of my initiatives where introducing advanced security feature like finger and face recognition at important campus gates for better security. Coming to my sphere, PG immersion, a dedicated 3-day immersion which will be in July 3rd week so that no need to postpone the PG immersion, dragging it to a 1-month lag. By expanding Pragati and introducing global prepare hub for exams like GRE, GMAT, TOEFL and introducing a new vertical Indian Prep network for exams like CAT, XAT, IES, GR exams will help the aspiring students to study. Coming to my last but not least manifesto point, enhancing Sajak. Enhancing campus safety through workshop, drills, first aid training, self-defense sessions and safety audits keeps the campus and a safe, secure campus. So coming to my credentials, I am the part of Team Sati and I have served as an SMC Supercode. I was an AMC mentor. I was a project member in the XRIG team. I have served as an executive committee member of ISS. So thank you guys. For a better change, do choose the right person. Thank you.
Okay, so next round, which is the cross-questioning round. Before we go on, this is to Executive Council members, spearheads, GSB, and the candidates themselves. Refrain from making statements. Try to not get personal. Don't attack anybody. Stick to your questions. Make the questions precise. Give clarifications or answers as and when required, but make sure that you don't get personal or make statements. Yes, so we can now start with Tarun's first question.
Okay, thank you, Meenakshi. So, hello, Rishi. My first question to you on your student wellness and support initiatives. You have mentioned will be taking some initiatives on mental health and stress management workshops and unplug and connect. So, all these events are already being conducted by Team Wellness Center, Team Mitra, or Team Sathi in various in this semester and the previous semester. You are making beyond what is already in place, and instead you are just clubbing all the events in a single day. So what unique contribution you are coming up with?
So hi Tarun. So through Unplug and Connect, I am creating a digital detox for the students who are addicted to social media and their digital screens. So nowadays we know that how many people are addicted to their screens. So through digital detox, I am giving a chance for them to get distracted from the social media and engage into the real life. So yeah, the purpose of this is very different from the activities Mitra is doing. So to give you like idea, Mitra is not doing any such type of event like Unplug and Connect.
No. For which point did he ask the question?
Unplug and Connect.
Did you ask for the unplug and connect?
Yeah, unplug and the second initiative and the third initiative in the first basket, which is mental health and stress management workshops, and both unplug and connect.
Okay.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Which one? Yeah, mental health and stress workshop and unplug and connect. So he's asking, there are a lot of teams which is already doing these activities. What new are you bringing?
So I am planning a one-day full digital detox event where I will be calling a guest lecturer or a psychologist from the wellness center for giving. No, it's not happening. If you have went through the myth profile, you can get to know.
One clarification: the initiative which I mentioned in your manifesto, that has already been done by both of the teams Sathi and Mitra.
So I am planning something different, like through mental health and stress management workshop. I am planning a series of mental management because Sati is a proactive body which stops the people to getting into depression. By conducting these type of workshops in a serious manner, people can get tips to not to get involved into not to get stepped into the depression.
Clarification number 2, again, whatever you have just said, it's been conducted by the Sathi and is actually the work of Sathi.
Yeah, it's actually work of Sati.
So, you finish that up, then we'll come to that point.
Okay, fine, we can.
What about the other 2 points which he asked?
Unplug and connect, like I'm getting clarity, like what.
No, he asked about 4 manifesto points of yours.
No,
Okay,
no,
two
he asked
manifesto
2
points.
manifesto points.
Second and third, right?
Yeah.
And you have only answered for the third point. Where is the second point? What
Second.
do you have to say about the second point?
Second plan, I have different plan in the even sem and odd sem for the Sati team. So it's very related to Sati work, but it's something extra adding to the team work. That's my plan.
We'll move on to the next question. So you can ask your first question.
So hi Tarun. You are the CFMC core. The transportation is your responsibility. As your team is progressed, but the transportation become very worse during this complete tenure. So what was your work as a core? You couldn't achieve it. How can you achieve it as an SGS?
Okay, thanks Rishi, for pointing out this question. So campus transportation is directly something not under the control of CFMC. We are a suggestion body to the admin. So we suggest some of the possible changes or how we can improve the facility. To improve the bus facility, we have already submitted a new updated bus schedule. We have already started working on the GPS technology to permanently resolve the issue of the bus inconsistency on the bus services. On the temporary basis, we have started the e-car services in the academic zone. And I guess Atul here can confirm all these things, the initiative that we have taken.
What is we in the GPS system? What is the work you done in the GPS system?
Atul, we can ask the questions later. Let's complete the cross-questioning.
Clarification, I'm not satisfied with your second point which you have mentioned about the GPS work system. We'll come to that point. We'll discuss in the later.
Yeah, we'll ask that question later. So now, Tarun, you can ask your second question.
You have mentioned one point, e-cart after hours. My first question is, what's your motivation behind that?
So e-cart after hours is one of my initiative where I will be providing a late night transportation for all the GSB students. So if one want to travel to any different location, they can book an e-college through iCollege and they can travel. So there are a lot of snakes in the Delhi and Boone Avenue. If one want to travel in this location during late nights, it's a risky for them. So for this, I am initiating this idea. So it's a matter of the students, so I am responsible for that.
Okay. Thanks for pointing out the safety and the security of the students. Thanks for concerning our students. This is my follow-up. We already have an emergency response bus service for the students in the night. If you can just call any time in the night, 8220 in the security section, a bus service will be provided wherever you are in the campus. So I don't find any point that you are coming up with a new thing in this.
One clarification, that service is only for women on campus.
Can I cross-clarify? I have discussed...
What is cross-clarify? SCCC? Sorry, SCC. My bad.
Okay, let him give an answer to that question and then we'll move on to your follow-up. I haven't understood your follow-up, so give your follow-up question after this.
So my question is, like already there is an emergency response bus service exists in IIT Madras that is not gender specific, but for all the students, if someone have some concern regarding their safety, they can call the security section and can book the bus service.
Can you confirm, Atul?
I think the point which he has mentioned, that is for the night time, and for the night time, the facility is only available for the women on campus.
Okay. Can you ask your follow-up which you were going to ask before?
Yeah, so my basic question is, the bus service which is available in the night is not gender specific, it's for all the students. And adding to that statement, what is the additional you will be coming up, because that service already exists?
I have already clarified. Why are you, do you have trust on me? You have trust on me, right? I have clarified. So let's continue, let's move on.
Do you have a follow-up for that question, or is it?
Neither in your manifesto or feasibility, you have mentioned the execution, the implementation plan for this initiative. Do you know how many e-cards which are there in the campus for the student use?
You can answer that question.
So there are 3 e-cards with admin block and 1 e-card for the DOS. So I have talked with the DOS and he is ready to provide an e-card service. I went to the CCW chairman and he is ready to create a tab in the iCollege. So I don't know, I have clearly mentioned I am opening the service to every student, not the people who are in the emergency. So I don't.
Can I get a clarification on this from your side?
I wasn't able to hear because of that noise. Can you repeat the question again?
So as per you got
I'm so sorry
feasibility from CCW chairman and dean students, right?
So I had a talk with the DOS and he is ready to provide an e-card during the night hours with a driver. And I have talked with the CCW chairman and he is okay to include a tab in the iCollege. So I initially told you that this is the e-card service for every student, not the people in the emergency. There are other people who want to avail nighttime transportation rather than other than the people in the emergency situation also.
What do you want me to clarify in this?
He said he took feasibility for this. I want to clarify on that.
From me? No.
From CCW and Dost. CCW chairman and Dost. Regarding e-card services, regarding e-card services for all genders, regardless of emergency situations.
He may have taken the feasibility, but the current situation is only for the women in the night time that facility is available.
No,
that
current
for the
situation
bus.
I understood. Do you know about this?
No, of course not.
Okay, fine. So now you can move on to the second question.
So, Tarun, with so many teams and viewers being there in the institute already, what is the need for a new team for the planning trips for the students? Can you explain how the initiative will be executed with the budget being insufficient already for the current initiatives where there are money comes from? And if you are planning trips for this, how can you arrange the initiatives for the team members? So what type of initiatives are you providing for your team members? The team, that travel club team, now you have mentioned 2 courts, 10 super courts. 10 courts, sorry.
Okay, thanks Rishi for asking that question. So the implementation plan for the travel club. So the idea behind is many students in IIT Madras are travel enthusiasts, but many times they are due to multiple constraints, maybe due to the financial constraint or not able to find the interest group for a particular destination, they are not able to fulfill the wish to for the traveling. So with this travel club will be fulfilling the needs of the particular section who are travel enthusiasts. And coming to the implementation part of this club will be, so the implementation program will be very simple. We'll be presenting the club into the SLC and via standing committee, and this is the process we'll be following. And coming to the, you specifically mentioned about the budgeting of the part, because stress is already, stressed about the budget constraint that they are having. So just to mention this thing, even I have mentioned this thing in my feasibility, the travel club will be a self-sponsored club. It will be not be taking any money from the stack office. So that will resolve that budget constraint problem. So the incentives for the team members, so for every trip there will be 2 people who will be accompanying the whole group of the people who will be traveling to a particular destination. So once the whole groups that travel, the fixed cost will remain the same, and the overall average cost will reduce subsequently, and then the travel expenses of the 2 people who will be accompanying the group can be compensated from the travel expenses, and rest of the accommodation food can be taken. Yeah.
Do you have a follow-up? Do you have a follow-up for that question?
So Tarun, I have asked you about the budget. Where do your budget come from? You are telling about the self-budget. What does that mean?
I guess you can read in my manifesto, it's a self-sponsored budget and it's not to be sponsored by the stack. So it's self-sponsored. Okay, shall I explain the meaning of?
No. We'll move on to the next question. Third question from Tarun.
Okay, one of the initiative you have mentioned is the campus safety and security. You will be putting biometric and face recognition and finger biometric in the institute gates. So this is our discussion, a whole discussion that have been even put it long back, many years it has been in discussion. But the issue comes in the practicality of this implementation of this project. IIT Madras campus is not a student-exclusive campus. It's a public and open campus, and there are many stakeholders. There are many people, apart from the students, right from the professors, their family, their relatives, workers comes in, contract workers comes in, project staff. So there are many other stakeholders apart from the student community. So even if you put the biometric or the face recognition technology at the gates, it will only scrutinize the student data, because ultimately we can only have the student data in the biometric system. So it will only scrutinize the student on one side and rest into the case of the safety that, yeah. So the case where outsiders comes in without having a proper registration will bypass through this loop, because we are only able to check the student data, which are the genuine residents of the campus. So it ultimately fails the purpose of the safety itself.
So to give you a clarity, like students. So to give you a clarity, the students need to show their ID cards for the coming inside through any gate. So for the staff, they have some ID cards separately which will be there. For staff, faculty, contact workers, everyone have this separate pass, gate pass, if you know. So I am planning for the students because I don't want any illegal entry to come, any illegal person entry to come inside the campus and distribute the general student body at this location. As you are aware, there are a lot of disrupts by the outsiders in the campus. I am planning to stop them. As I told you initially, student safety is my first priority, and I can go to any extent for my student safety.
So my follow-up to this question is, like as I mentioned, there are many other stakeholders. There are many people who are first-timers who come for inquiry for single time. They enter the campus because it's an open campus. So how will you collect any data for those people who are entering the ITM campus for the first time, maybe for some inquiry to some department? There are a school inside ITM campus. There are parents who will be coming for the first time. So how will you ensure we have the data of those students? Anyways, you can have the data of the students that is already being collected, but how you collect the data of the people who are coming first time or very rarely they come to the campus?
So if anyone want to come inside the campus, they will get a mail from the admin block. So no, it's not an open campus, it's a closed campus only. With permission only, one person is allowed to come inside the campus.
We'll have a last question from Rishi's side.
So the main stakeholders in the passport drive is passport officers. And you haven't gone through your feasibility report. You haven't mentioned any passport office feasibility. How do you make sure that this is something which you are going to plan? And how do you think this? What is the plan? Implementation plan basically.
Okay, thanks for asking this question. So for the feasibility of this particular initiative is being approved by the Dean of Students, and any particular students can't approach regional passport offices. It's to be approached by some officials from the ITM administration. Anyways, even if I go to a regional passport office, anyways, I will not be getting feasibility. The feasibility proper implementation, the official process will be going through the Dean of Students or the registrars of the IITM. So yeah.
One clarification. Today, me and Akhil, we spoke to Dean about this initiative of yours in your manifesto. And straight on our face, he has said no, he has not given you feasibility for this point.
And he has also mentioned that he has no role in this. The only stakeholder is the passport office.
So do you think with your half, okay fine, we will ask these questions in the easy part.
Do you have an answer for that? This is your last follow-up.
So, as I mentioned, the main stakeholder is passport office. Without concerning the passport office, how can you tell something? Are you misleading the student's body?
I think he gave an answer for that in the previous question. Yeah, he said that the officials will be contacting the passport office. An answer was given.
The officials will be contacted, but where is the feasibility of the person?
He didn't answer about is he misleading the student body.
Yeah, he's easy misleading without taking the feasibility.
Okay, to get the feasibility, I've already connected to the Dean of Students and he said it is pretty much possible.
Brother Tarun, me and Akhil, both of us were there. And if you don't trust on me, I'll pass mic to Akhil. He'll say you the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you guys going to repeat what you said 2 minutes before?
Yeah, so Dean
Okay, no need to repeat. We understood. Yes. So you don't have an answer, right? Yeah. So now we'll move on to the next round, which is the EC questioning round. To all the EC members, once again, I like to remind you, I'm the moderator. I will stop you whenever required or not. So, yeah. So we can start with the EC round. We have around, you can ask questions till 9:05. All right? Yeah.
Okay, good to see you, both of you sitting here. But guys, you have disappointed a lot. Your manifesto and feasibility don't deserve you to sit here as a candidate itself. We'll see, we'll break that down. But for beginning, let's start with this. My question is to both of you. What do you think, what are the qualities you have, you can bring on table as a SGS to serve for the student body? And the second part will be, what is the work you have done in the last tenure? Like in the tenure of 2024, 2025.
Okay, thanks, Atul. So, over the past 4 years of my campus life, I have improved a lot over the skills.
No, I don't want 4 years of your campus life. I want 1 year of your campus life.
Okay. Okay, so continuing with that particular answer, over the
I want in the order.
Yeah.
Qualities, then 1 year of your campus life.
Okay, so I have a very good leadership skills, organization skills, and creative thinking that I think I can bring to the table to make my tenure successful, to solve the problems of the students and take the sphere to some good heights. So that's the answer for the first question. Coming to the second aspect, which is the work done by me in my last tenure as a CFMC core. So that was the second functional tenure of CFMC. So we took many foundational initiatives. We have established connection for the administration, and we have started monitoring of all the services, all the facilities, amenities which comes under our jurisdiction. The monitoring is not only done from our side, even the administration. We are collaborating with the administration.
Please also quantify, when are you mentioning something or quoting something, also quantify that what you have done. You said you monitor something. Say what you have monitored.
Okay, so under our monitoring system, we monitor hospital services, security services, bus services, and the campus cafe. And apart from that, we monitor the roadside amenities which are there in the campus. So over the last 7 months, I have been monitoring all these services. Wherever there is a discrepancy, we have made the report, we have mailed the administration. So as we are a suggestion body to the admin, so the final action taking body is the administration. So in this regard, we have taken multiple initiatives based on our, working together with the administration right from the hospital. We had submitted, there's a dermatologist which was earlier not available in the hospital. So now it's there, that comes under our tenure.
Did you bring the dermatologist? Is that you're claiming?
I'm not claiming that. We suggested in our report, we have mentioned some of the improvements we can have in the hospital, and one of the...
when did you suggest that report?
In the last semester.
And when did the CMO appointed the dermatologist?
Last semester only.
Before the last semester.
No. Okay. So now...
This was the clarification. Go on.
So then in the transportation section, in the last semester, we started the e-card services. And even in this semester, we started the e-card services. Apart from the bus facilities which are there, we have scrutinized the existing, the bus schedule and come up with a new bus schedule. And we have already submitted the updated bus schedule to the administration. Coming to the security section, although most of the things are going well, we have initiated a more tightened security. We have talked to the CSO regarding security section regarding this, how we can improve, the security aspect of the campus. We have made the guards in the security gates, campus gates, more vigilant in terms of checking the ID cards of the students. So that is one thing. And
you have made the guards more vigilant to check the ID card of the students.
We have provided the feedback to the CSO and the security section that we have submitted our reports to the CSO that what are the discrepancies which from the perspective of the students which are there in the ITM gates. So that is one thing. Then coming to the last aspect, there are many street lights which are not working. We monitor them and come up with a report and submitted those things to the administration, and many of the things has been changed. Many street lights on the backside of the HFC road, in the Delhi Avenue road, in the right from Zaitoon to HFC, the street lights were not working, and now they are in a good condition and functional. Coming more things that we have done in this tenure.
That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Rishi.
Coming to the qualities which makes me suitable, the SGS are leadership qualities, team management, risk taking, creative thinking. So I was a part of Team Sati, where I was the student mentorship cell head. The work of student mentorship cell is to transferring the knowledge between seniors and juniors, where we will be allocating mentors who are the seniors to guide the incoming fresher batch. So compared to the last couple of years, the feedbacks which we got from the mentees were too good, because last year the team was not properly structurized, as there are some internal disputes in the team. Now this year we managed to achieve a big achievement in the team itself, because we have collected we got around so many feedbacks from the mentees, where all are positive itself. There are some feedback which are like negative, but we have tried our best to solve the issues as much as we can.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Yeah, so you mentioned that you were part of the SMC as a super coordinator. I want to know what was your contribution in that specific vertical in the team.
So our work lies in initially after the team recreation, we need to circulate a Google form for the department representative, and he is our POC for each and every department. After recreation of the department representative, we need to release a Google form for the mentor selection process. After the mentor selection process, we will be giving instruction to each and every department representative to allot the mentors to each and every mentees. As I said, mentors are the incoming freshie batch. So these are the work which we done, and we have continuously monitor the mentor-mentee groups also, whether they are guiding properly or not, by circulating Google forms.
Okay. Over to you, Angel. Is Angel here? Yeah. Up to you about asking the question what he did as an impactful job. Did it do any impactful job in the Sati or not? Okay, moving ahead. This will be a rapid fire round. We'll ask question like me and Akhil both to you. Yes. First question is again to both of you. Name 3 committees where only SGS is part.
SGS is the only student member.
Yeah.
CCash, SW, Student Welfare Funds, and IDC.
Wrong.
Hospital committee, then student distress fund, then Senate.
What? Lakshya? Senate. He said Senate.
And, that's I guess all 3.
One clarification. So AS and RAS both are part of Senate also.
Interesting, guys. Fine, we'll move ahead. What is PAS committee? What is PAS committee?
Policy Amendment Committee.
Wrong. Tarun. What is the wellness fund and where does it come from?
From the hostel fee, it's around 2,000. 500 rupees. Through the hostel fee, payment of hostel fee.
Tarun.
It's a component under institute fees, which is basically 500 rupees per student.
Institute fees.
Yeah, tuition fees.
Tuition fees.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, bro.
It is part of hostel fees.
And how much is the amount?
500.
Okay. What is CCASH with the full form? And who all are the member of the CCASH committee?
Committee Against Sexual Harassment. So, chairman will be decided by the ex-chairman, director, ex-director, ex-IAS officers, and the Tamil Nadu State Women Representatives. SGS if any undergraduate student is involved, and RAS if any research scholar is involved.
Professor Swanlatha is the chairperson of CCASH committee.
Okay. What is CCASH full form? You don't know CCASH, full form of CCASH.
Yeah, I'm not
You are
able
contesting for Student General Secretary.
Not able to recall now.
Good.
What is full form of HEWMC?
Hostel Engineering Works Monitoring Committee.
Yeah, it's Complaint Committee Against Sexual Harassment. I gave both of you the same fund days, and both of you have failed. Congratulations.
Yeah, go on. What did you answer?
Hostel Engineering Works Monitoring Committee.
Okay, Rishi.
Can you repeat?
What is HEWMC committee?
Sorry, HC?
HEWMC.
Hostel Engineering Monitor.
Sorry?
Hostel Engineering Unit Monitoring Committee.
HEWMC. What is W stands for?
So, sorry, I don't.
How many hostels are there?
18 hostels.
Good, bhai. Tarun?
16.
Very good, very good. Very good, guys. What is the difference between establishment A and establishment B charges?
Establishment A is used for the salaries for the staff, and establishment B is used for the hostel budget.
Okay. Tarun?
Yeah, it's the same. Establishment goes for the salary of the office, and establishment B comes to the hostel council funds.
Whose salary?
Hostel office staff.
So each hostel gives salary only to hostel office.
All hostel staff.
Whole hostel. Staff of all hostels.
Yes.
And
Yeah, staff.
who pay for OHM?
Not sure.
That will go from establishment A.
Cool, guys. Let's start the manifesto. Anna, Akhil, are you ready? Nice. Let's go. So, we'll start with Tarun. And then we'll come to Rishi. So, Tarun, your first point is nutrition and wellness program.
Tarun, can you read out your vision from your manifesto?
Channeling the core strength of my sphere to revitalize the campus
Whose
ecosystem.
spear? Which spear are you talking about?
SGE sphere.
Then why are half your manifesto point relevant to HAS spear? You are clear, no? You are contesting for Student General Secretary.
Yeah, I'm very clear.
And why are your half manifesto points relevant to hostel affairs sphere?
It's not into the hostel affairs sphere. It is how we can collaboratively work.
And did you take feasibility from hostel affairs secretary, which is me?
Did you take feasibility from me, the current Student General Secretary? Say no, let's move on.
Not.
No, right. From both of us, no, right. Then how you can say that you are collaborating with the hostel affairs fair? No, right? Okay. First point, nutrition and wellness program. I'll give you 30 seconds to explain this point. Anna?
So in this program, we'll be having
30 seconds.
Nutritionist in IITM hospital. Then apart from that, we'll be improving accessibility of the students to the healthy snacks and the food in the campus.
Okay, for the first point, what is the procedure of getting a staff in the hospital?
So firstly, it need to propose in the dean's. It need to be approved by the dean administration, and firstly to be proposed through CMO, and then file goes to the dean administration, and from that.
Are you aware of a committee called hospital committee?
Yes.
What is the work of that committee?
How we can enhance the hospital services in the institute, and any policy change, or anything related to a hospital policy change or that is thing.
Who all are part of that committee?
SGS, CMO, Dean Administration.
That's it.
3 I am sure.
So you are wrong. If you are only sure about 3, then I must tell you that there are 10 members in that committee, including CMO, 2 more doctors appointed by CMO, then Dean Administration, and apart from that, global engagement representative, then student representative, staff representative. I gave you on this in your fund day, like information regarding this. Okay. Regarding the second point, Akhil, you want to ask?
Yeah, so you have mentioned in your feasibility a couple of things. One thing regarding vending machine. So what is role of SGS regarding vending machine?
So in general, it's as a role as a SGS, we should be promoting healthy food campus access to.
What is your role in vending machine? Like what do you have to do about vending machine as an SGS?
It's not specified, but when it comes to the health of the students, as a SGS, we can take some of the initiatives to help the students.
See, how you have mentioned that you'll make sure healthy snacks are provided in vending machine. How do you do that?
By connecting to.
Is it your role? Do you have a direct MOU with the vendor?
No.
Who has?
Like in hostel zone, it's with hostel affairs secretary,
Then what is your role? Why is it in your manifesto?
in academic zone,
I'm talking about hostel zone.
No, internal throughout the campus we can have healthy snacks, right?
Okay. And in hostel zone, who signs the MOU?
Hostel affairs secretary.
And in academic zone?
In the academic zone, it's signed by the various department officers.
So yeah, again, coming to hostel zone and academic zone, what is your role as an SGS? How do you do it?
So we'll be collaborating.
Did you talk with HODs of the department?
Not
Do you know the
yet.
vendor of the vending machines?
I not able to recall the name, but it's the same.
Did you talk with him?
Yeah, it's the same vendor in the academic zone and the hostel zone.
Okay, fine. And coming to the next point, you told that mess menu decided for the next year meets the highest standard. When is mess menu decided for the next year and who decides it? What is the role of SGS?
As a SGS, I will be also a member of MMCC committee.
No, please stick to the question. When is the mess menu decided? Who decides it? What is your role?
It's being decided by MMCC committee.
When is it decided? First question.
It's on periodic basis, like
Mess menu for the next academic year, when is it decided? At least the first submission of the menu.
there's no official submission of the mess menus as far as I remember. Like it's based on the need basis. If there is a change we can mention in the mess menu, we can always update the mess menu, and by discussing with the mess vendor and CCW chairman, sir.
Who decides the menu?
MMCC team, along with the discussion with the Office of Hostel Management and the mess vendors.
Why is hostel office involved in making mess menu?
No, menu is being made by MMCC committee.
MMCC committee. Who exactly in MMCC committee?
MMCC full.
Who are all part of MMCC committee?
SGS has an MMCC course, and the full team is there. And vice chairman sir is there.
What is full team? Which full team?
Like the core, the super code, and the coordinators of the MMCC committee. This is a full structure.
Did you talk to the MMCC course? Did you take fundings from them? San Bhaiya, did he come to you?
Yeah, I've discussed with the sign behalf for this.
But still you don't know.
But why isn't it mentioned in your feasibility report?
Light, heard enough. Next point. Clamp. You have mentioned about you'll provide module to freshers, where that will be a Sati handbook, guidebook, and also a digital guide for your this you can take as a clarification. This already exists from Sati. We already did this year. The second part was so Tarun, I would like you to read your feasibility report, your page number 30th. Good question. Which 30th? For you, I'll make the work more easy. It's the 43rd page of your manifesto. Feasibility report. But you have written 30th page. But come to 43rd page. And there is a paragraph just above feasibility by dean students. Read that paragraph.
Guys, 20 minutes left for you.
My question is, where does that paragraph come from? And I know I already have the answer. Any guesses? ChatGPT, right? Fine. We'll move to the next question. But the point is, the clamp is the initiative which already exists, and Sati has already done that in this tenure. The third point, Rec Recess. So Rec Recess is the gaming, puzzle, creative activities which you want to bring. But again, I'll bring this to your notice. This has already been passed on the CMGFS committee, and the CMGFS team is already going to implement this. So this is also a point which has already been done. There is no role of yours in this initiative. Birthday bash.
So what exactly are you doing? Can you explain?
Okay, so right now, when there are two issues related to the birthday celebration. Firstly, there is no closed, aesthetically enhanced space for birthday celebration.
Where are you creating space? This space.
Okay, so the idea of birthday bash is to have some space. They can be multiple.
Yeah, where are you creating this space?
Yeah, so some of the potential spaces, one I mentioned is HFC, we can have with the minimal or with no infrastructure change in HFC, we can have it. Other potential space that I discussed.
Whom did you take feasibility regarding HFC space?
HFC, Dean of Students.
Do you think that feasibility is fine? Do you think the Dean of Students has the real power to give you this feasibility?
I also talked with the engineering unit and Dean.
Currently, Himalaya Food Court is given on lease to Istara, who pays the entire rent. And how can you put your own space without consulting Istara?
So for particular this thing, we have discussed with the Dean planning, so that there will be.
No. Dean students, Dean planning, no one has right. Because it is given to Istara on lease. Okay, leave it. And who will be cleaning this space?
Yeah, so that I discussed with the administration. So for the cleaning part, either we have to pay the extra amount, whatever the amount to be to the Istara cleaning facility, because this is something that we are having additional in the.
Then why didn't you take feasibility from Istara? Okay.
Vajra Night Canteen. The last point was also is infeasible. So let's move to this point. Vajra Night Canteen. Tarun, do you remember we had a discussion that talking to Vajra Night Canteen and convince them to open for 24/7?
Yeah.
Do you remember that, right? So as a CFMC core, your work was to get that done. So now my question is, why this thing is there in your manifesto point?
So
if this was task given by me to you, and your responsibility was to do that as a CFMC core.
Okay, so it would be great if you can do this in here, but I have discussed with the Dean of Administration, so this is something that he said it will not be a very short procedure and it will take a long time. So that's why I got the feasibility from the Dean Admin, sir.
The moment you went, you discussed, you came out, at that moment itself I went, I talked, and he agreed for that. So that will be, this initiative will be done within the end of this month.
Okay, so I'll be having some additional feature instead of having not only the night canteen.
Heard enough. Infeasible point.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have any role into this. Vibing zone, come into this point. Do you think our campus is beautiful and serene enough that you want to build one more space? I am not able to understand the motivation of this point. Why you have kept this point in your manifesto?
In hostel zone, there are less open sitting spaces. In academic zone, we have a lot of open sitting spaces, but in a hostel zone, there is
What are the sitting spaces in the hostel zone?
in the hostel zone, there in closed space, we have Quark, we have Zaitun, we have HFC. These are the major spots where people can hang out.
Forgot ICICI, you forgot HDFC.
The two hangout spaces are also there.
You are planning to bring this initiative beside the Jamuna. Is this because you are from Jamuna? And this will be more accessible to you?
Not really. There's a space that I've discussed with the engineering. This is one of the potential space that we can utilize, which is there.
Did you talk to Team Pragati? Sorry, Prakriti?
No. Because there is no vegetation in that particular region. So
do you know the Vindhya lawn is the grazing area for deers? And for that you need permission or you need feasibility from Team Prakriti?
Yeah, if there are any challenges regarding like,
so this
we
point
can
is
always,
infeasible.
but
Next
we can
point.
have it on the
Next point. Hostel graffiti.
Can you mention who gave you feasibility regarding this?
Dean planning, sir.
Okay. Do you know current process of painting hostels? Who does it? Who are all the stakeholders?
Not exactly, but
How do you do this? If you don't know who are all the stakeholders.
so it is to be done by by the administration, and they said we'll be hiring.
There's a
the
separate committee for painting hostels. You have to take feasibility from them. Dean planning is not sufficient. If you have come to me, I would have told you. Next point.
Project Bunyad. Brother, you have mentioned that you will conduct scholarship in this initiative. But to bring that to your notice, this is something which you already have done as the UPSC head, right? When I was Pragati Core. So why is this again coming to your manifesto? Because I can't see novelty in this point.
EC members, you have 15 minutes left.
Okay.
So the project.
Quickly answer this.
So the project Bunyad is not limited to the scholarship test. The three major aspects of project Bunyad is to having the discounted resources from the book vendors which are there in the Delhi, because they can subsidize and can send the book to the ITM students on
Did you
request.
talk to Team Pragati to take feasibility for this course of Team Pragati?
I guess the major feasibility required from the book vendor.
Have you heard of an initiative called Pragati Cafe?
Oh yeah, so that is the common resources we can have in the library, but this is something we can, if some student want to buy some resources or standard books, they can purchase at a subsidized rate. So that's my motivation behind this.
You are telling that as an SGS, your work will be as a mediator. You will connect the outside vendor to sell something inside the institute. That's what you are suggesting.
Not inside the institute, based on student request, we can have the...
Travel club. So in travel club, you have mentioned that there will be 2 cores, 10 coordinators, and what about the super coordinators? There will be 3-layer team. And you mentioned that this will be self-funded team, but I want to ask that every year we invest on team t-shirt and team treat on every member of our team. So why do you think this redundant team is something which is going to be funded from the student's pocket or the student's money?
Again, EC members, we have less than 15 minutes left, so we can move
Last
on
question,
to the
last
next
question to
candidate soon. Yeah.
So it will not be funded by the team teacher and treat will not be taking any budget from the stack for this particular team. So
they'll pay from their pocket to buy that, right?
No, there will be no t-shirts and team treat for this particular team.
So how many people do you think will be interested to participate into initiatives which this team will plan?
There will be many travel enthusiasts who are
quantify, brother. Quantify. You are contesting for student general secretary.
Okay. So
you don't have an answer.
We can't quantify at this point, right?
Then you can't put this in your manifesto if you can't quantify.
No, I've talked to the people. There are many people who are.
How many people? How many people?
I have talked to some 7-8 people who are really.
7-8. For 7-8 people, you want to invest 70,000-80,000 of students' pocket money.
No. It's not. The budget will not be taken from the stacked office for
Heard
any
enough.
of the.
So, Tarun, you had 16 points in your manifesto. Out of 16 points, most of them they don't have feasibility. 6 or 7 points are like which have already been done or which is being done by the team from the current team. Okay. And this question will be for both of you. List down the events which we did In the ethnic day, this tenure, last tenure.
Cultural performances by every summitis.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all. Tarun?
In the ethnic day, right?
Yeah, ethnic day.
So in the ethnic day, we had cultural presentations outside SAC. We had cultural performances inside SAC, and we had like some stalls were set up by the committees. So these are the three major components.
Okay. So there are two manifesto one manifesto point from both of your manifestos. Aikyam from Rishi, that you will be conducting cultural fest or cultural performances from the committees. Tarun, you have mentioned that you will be conducting Insti Food Festival. So my question is to both of you, that if already an initiative exists, which we are again going to conduct in this year, then why do you want to have one more event like that? Don't you think you will waste the students' money here?
So my initiative behind the ICAM was to connecting the freshmen, to introduce all the summitis to the freshmen who are entering in newly into the campus. So through this initiative, like I will be representing like IITM is a diversity campus. So like there are a lot of cultures, fest and lot of different types of people are there in the Insti. So people don't feel like I am the only alone person in the institute. They can get to know that there are some people from their own state, and they can.
So in the ethnic day, which is generally being conducted, there people don't feel that they are from their state.
No, it's
now you'll conduct with a different timeline. Then only people will think they are from this state.
It's only focused for the freshmen because they will be coming from the various backgrounds.
Okay, Tarun.
After this question, again a reminder, we have spent majority of our time on one candidate. Let's move on to the next.
Okay, so my initiative, Institute Food Festival, would be different from the ethnic day in two ways. Like there will be no budget to be allocated from the stack to the institute, for Institute Food Festival. All the committees, not all, we will be calling interested students to come, and will be providing kitchen space that I have taken the feasibility from Vice Chairman. So we'll be providing kitchen space.
My question was different, but again,
okay, yeah. So we'll be.
You don't have answer for that. Fine.
Okay,
Tarun,
I have.
Rishi, this is question for you. You have mentioned in the empowering futures, you have two manifesto points there: elective express, hack for good. Can you explain how these two manifesto points are empowering futures, or can empower futures for the GSB?
So through elective express, I am creating a platform where I will be taking suggestions from the students and asking the administration to add the courses, to make the availability of these courses to the students who want to avail the courses.
Yeah, okay, so before you move forward, I would like to make a clarification to all of the GSB here. So Rishi, for elective express point, you never spoke with me, there is no feasibility. And you had reached out to me yesterday night for the same. And I told you at that point also that it is not feasible. I talked with the Dean AC also. It is not feasible because the workflow infrastructure right now is not equipped to handle requesting electives. And to be honest, this is more of an academic affairs secretary initiative. And you suggesting that putting it on the academic website is also not feasible. So this point is not feasible.
So can I explain Hack for Good?
Yeah, go on.
So Hack for Good is a social initiative competition where people who are like-minded, interested in contributing to the rural development of India can participate in this competition, and they can solve the problem statement which will be given by the team I Will.
Good, and this initiative is already done by I Will. Thank you. So this also point which is already been taken by the team, and which is the general work of the team. Next question is regarding your point, food truck in the campus life and inclusivity. So do you know the current development at where is the new food truck coming up?
So yes, so yesterday only I got to know that there is a new food truck planning. It will coming at the library.
Then why do you think there is one more need to have a food truck in front of C5?
So during my manifesto, I wasn't aware that there was a food truck. So I have planned it especially
Redundant
for the
point. Fine. Next point is Quark 24/7. Whom did you take the feasibility, and why do you think this will be feasible?
So converting co-op to a 24/7 workspace creates an hangout and workspace.
Feasibility, brother. Feasibility.
Contacted has also, and I have took feasibility from the CSO for arranging a security guard.
Okay. So, again, did CSO state that this point is feasible? If so, where will the extra budget come? So currently, what are the operational timings of Cork?
It's 4 p.m. to 12 a.m.
Okay, so it's for 8 hours. So you
Yeah.
are extending it for 16 hours. So you would be requiring 2 more shifts of security guard. And who will pay for this? Did CSO agree to pay?
No.
Then why did you put it in your manifesto that CSO has given feasibility?
CSO agreed for giving a security guard.
Okay, who will give the budget?
Those
Those will give the budget.
and from those office.
From which fund? From stacked money.
So I
Okay,
was-
fine. So coming to your Serenity Hub point, so where exactly is the space located and whom did you take feasibility from? Who will give the budget?
So the Serenita will be in the new construction building next to the Himalaya.
What is that building? What is the purpose of that building?
The purpose of the building, like each and every floor are allocated to different purpose. Like some floors are allotted to CCW, some are allotted to CMGFS.
No, 5 floors have same purpose. What is it?
So for the new eateries and that
All 5 floors are eateries.
no, some floors are for eateries and some for the
No, all 5
also-
floors are a guest house. And coming to
Also-
your budget, who will give the budget for this?
So for maintaining room, budget will be come from the stack.
Stacked budget.
Yeah.
Finally, thank you. Now, Tarun, I had a lot of questions for you, but considering that significant amount has been spent on you, I'll focus on Rishi. Rishi, first of all, I'll refrain from making any comments because it's useless. Your manifesto point, this is not a manifesto point at all.
Yeah, then
Now,
come to the
moving
question.
V program. What do you mean by V program? Do you know there is something called Vandam that exists in IITM?
Yeah.
Do you know there is something called DEI in IITM?
Yeah.
What is the full form of DEI?
Disabled inclusivity cell.
Huh? Be clear. What is the full form of DEI?
So sorry, I don't know what.
Exactly. If you would have known, you would have known that what is V program. And what is this V program? It's completely chat GPT, gender equality, fostering collaboration, this, and then you have something called as promoting career development and professional growth for all. What do you mean by that? What is CDC doing then? What is this program about?
So it's a program for the people who feel insecure to get into the outside world. This is for them to make them come out from the room and to express their
How is this gender equality?
No, but how is this gender equality and how are you supporting career development through this? Don't you think like whatever you have mentioned in your points, it's mostly chat GPT. So don't you think this is already being done in other spheres? What new are you adding?
So I'm conducting a workshop where there will be a
So the only new thing which you're doing is conducting a workshop.
Yeah.
And you think this is this is your manifesto point?
So first of all, DEI stands for Diversity, Equity and Inclusivity Committee. It's an admin committee and they always conduct this gender sensitization workshop. Mitra conducts gender sensitization workshop. Vandam conducts all the events related to gender sensitization. I don't understand why are you bringing this point on the table again. Now, your mental health stress management workshop, Unplug and Connect, we have already deliberated a lot on that through your Q&As and none of them are unique points. So let me move on to the point that you are coming with a town hall meeting. Where did you get this idea from?
So I was about to, from the previous secretary.
Have you heard about the current initiative called Insti Talk?
Yeah.
How your point is different from Insti Talk?
So in Talk, our present student general secretary conducted a box. Placed a box in the Bachpan Mela event.
Is that Insti Talk?
Yeah.
What is Insti Talk?
Bridging the gap between administration and students.
Is that Insti Talk? What are you doing for town hall meeting? Town hall meeting is something that is conducted by speaker. I am going to do it, and the name itself I have problem, not the content, because content is something that Atul is doing currently, meeting between admin and student, he'll conduct. Insti Talk is a meeting between administration and students, director being involved in it. Town hall meeting is the something that we do with the EC. EC sits and GSB comes and asks question. That is what town hall meeting is. This is not an initiative.
Okay, so we'll come to another manifesto point regarding students' profile. So Rishi, I am like very sorry to say, if you would have spoken with anyone in the placement team, like anyone, even a coordinator, they would have told you there is a thing called as non-academic transcript portal, NAT portal, which was created a couple of years ago, and it has been under the Academic Affairs Secretary, in which there is already a repository of previous PORs, which POR a student was in, which the placement team uses for its resume verification process. So technically, whatever you have mentioned in your point is already done. I hope you would have spoken to anyone in the team, so you wouldn't have put this point. And to be honest, feasibility from Dean Academics is not even applicable here. So yeah, after like one infeasible point, this is a point which has already been completed, and I really didn't expect any like much more from you.
Just one last question. Your entire manifesto is the duties or the activities that some or the other team at SGS is already doing. My question is very simple. For both of them. Now, how is enhancing Sajag anything but just a name enhancing after Sajag, before Sajag? Everything that you have written in enhancing Sajag is something that Sajag is supposed to do. DMC was doing earlier. How is it anything that is new that you are bringing onto the table?
So as we know that Sajak can do a lot, it has a lot of potential to do a lot of work, but due to some constraints, like last year it was inactive, so
So you are saying last year means this year or last year?
Last sem.
What is the academic year? 2024-25?
July, November 2024.
2024-2025?
July, November 2024.
Okay, last semester Sajak was inactive, that is why you are bringing this as a new initiative in your manifesto point.
It's not new initiative, it's promoting Sajak work so that...
Then why is it in your manifesto? That's already your duty. As an SGS, since Sajak is in
Reminder,
your team...
5 more minutes
So
left for
I
easy.
am adding new verticals in the group, in the team.
What are those new verticals? Within Sajak itself, you will make new verticals now.
So Sajak is a team, like it has 2 verticals now. I'm planning to change the team structure. I want to include like outreach committee.
Already Sajak got restructured this year. Now you will do it again.
I felt like there are some verticals need to be added to the team.
Then why in your manifesto it says enhancing Sajak and then doing more campus safety through workshop, drills, first aid training, self-defense sessions and safety audits, and all those things already something that CSO does or any admin body does or Sajak does?
It's motivating.
Again, time permits, otherwise I would have come to Tarun also, but yeah.
Yeah. So my question is for Rishi. So I have 2 questions for you. First of all, regarding expanding Pragati point. Firstly, what is your opinion on the current clash of like career development aspect in what CDC does and what Team Pragati does?
So Team Pragati provides the resources for the aspiration.
Tarun,
students.
you can also answer.
So Pragati provides the resources for the aspiring students. So I want to include lot of repositories because there are some people who...
No, I am asking what about the clash between CDC and Team Pragati? Because CDC is career development cell. Career includes everything.
We'll take one more question from EC after this, and then we'll move to sphere heads. Yeah.
And
After
also,
Lakshaya's question
yeah.
is completed, one more question.
Yeah. And Rishi, after you complete this, one more thing which you have to answer is you have written about GRE, GMAT, TOEFL, IELTS and CAT and IES. So you have written about them. Obviously, tell us like what is the frequency of these examinations and when will you do the team selections for the same. So and then Tarun, you can answer my question.
I will be providing the repositories of each and every exam so that people, aspirant people can use the resources.
Just tell about the clash between CDC and Team Pragati. Do not say anything about the repository.
Do you think that Pragati should exist in SGS or it should be shifted to CDC?
It should be exist in the SGS peer.
Why?
Because
Why? When CDC is there as a career development cell managing on all the aspects of career development, why does SGS have a team called Pragati under him or under them?
so the work of SGS is also providing the wellness, so helping to the students growth.
How is CDC related to wellness?
How is Team Pragati related to wellness?
Growth. I mean growth.
Don't you think it's more suited in a term of a career aspect?
Tarun.
No. First, Rishi, you answer my next question, which was regarding all of the exams which you have mentioned here. Tell us what is the frequency of those exams, and to cater to them, when will you do the team selections?
So GMAT, anyone can apply throughout the year also.
What about others? What other exams have you listed?
So TOEFL like twice per year.
TOEFL twice per year.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Okay, it's wrong. Continue.
So sorry, I don't have much knowledge on the frequency of the exams.
Okay, so how do you even start with the team selections then? Because these exams are held throughout the year.
So team selection will be completed by the April end. So courts will be working simultaneously on and maintaining the repository and the team selection also. So the people in the groups can use the resources.
Okay. Rishi, we understood you clearly lack fund days here. Tarun, you can start answering.
Okay, so before forming a club, UPSC club in the SGS peer, even before CDC used to conduct many of the sessions and with the coaching institution regarding UPSC awareness and how we can prepare well. But the problem which was there and why we are come up with the formation of this club.
Straight on point.
Okay, so there was no dedicated continuous help from the CDC. There were sessions conducted every semester, which was not enough to, that caters the need of the students of the UPSC community. So this year, over the last year, we are able to form the community, narrow down who are the preparing for the particular year. We as of now, we have dedicated students we have created WhatsApp group who are
No, but that thing can exist even under AS also, no?
So we are streamlining the process. Once we streamline the process, like with this project Bunyad, I'm streamlining the process further, how we can connect the student directly to the coaching, because we ourselves can't guide, the expert guidance we can't give. So once we connect the students with the coaching institution, we can shift, you can even shift the...
One clarification, Pragati's work not to connect students to coaching.
Do you think there should be collaboration between Team Pragati and CDC?
That will be the last question. We'll move on
Yes.
after this.
Yeah, of course.
You have one more question?
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll
Last
move
question.
on. Yeah.
Tarun, you had 16 manifesto points in your manifesto. Out of that, 8 are infeasible points. 4 points are already done by the teams. Rishi, you had 18 manifesto points in your manifesto. 8 of the points are infeasible points. 6 of the points are already done by the teams. Now, both of you, give me straight on. I don't want beating around the bush. Straight point. 1 line or 2 line answer. Why I should not reject you when I'm going to vote. Tarun, you go first because you have the more experience.
Okay, so as you mentioned, many of the points are unfeasible. Why I consider there might be some of the challenges in some of my initiative. I'll be very happy to resolve those challenges, how we can deal with them, and we, come up with the more initiatives to strengthen the sphere, strengthen the student community. That is what I'm looking forward. And yeah.
But by the promises which you have just made, that is to mislead the janta or the student who are living here, no? I should not trust you.
So the points in your manifesto are not your promises.
So it's like you will first become the SGS, then you will decide what work I have to do, right?
No,
That's what you meant.
Whatever the challenges you have highlighted, we'll surely work on that, and we'll see how we can make those initiatives
So you
into action.
don't believe over the experiences of current SGS and HAS when they are saying that 8 points are infeasible point. Or you don't believe over the authorities. You believe on yourself that you will be solving the challenges which are there in the roadway.
Guys,
right?
we got that point. Let him answer and we'll move on to the spearheads.
Yes,
We have time
Rishi.
constraints.
So as you mentioned, like there are some infeasible points. I will talk with the respective stakeholders about the infeasibility, and
Copy paste answer. I want different 2-line answer.
so I will try talk with the stakeholders, and I will bring some changes in that initiatives and make them feasible.
Heard enough. Thank you.
Okay, so sphere heads and course, based on that clock, you can ask questions till 9:30. So how many of you are asking questions? Can I get a, yeah. Okay, so you have one question right as of now, and if we have time, we'll come back to your follow-ups if you have any. So yeah, first question.
Hi, I am Sayan, current Sajak, core of Sajak team. I have a couple of questions for you guys. Rishi, I'll go with you first. Yeah.
Can you stick to one question for now? We'll come back to you if you have more questions.
In your manifesto, there is a point of enhancing Sajak, which Athar already mentioned. I'll give some data. It is 71% AI generated from Turnitin, and it 88% matches with my co-course Varun's core app. So while taking fun day, you just ask Varun his app for
Can you come
getting
to the
idea.
question, please?
Just stop,
Yeah.
just stop there. Now I am asking you this question. Can you justify your reason for misleading and fooling JSB by putting already existing events in your manifesto? And what kind of precedent you are going to set if you become an SGS so that this copy-pasted and this AI-generated manifesto is applicable and available in this institute? Yeah.
It's to both of them. They got it. Yeah, it's to both of them.
And for Tarun, you have named, there is a thing called repurpose, which is an existing campaign of Sajak since its inception. It's currently known as Collection Day with Gunj. So I want to ask you the same question. Why you have also taken out a same event which is done by Sajak, and then you just wrote it again, and you haven't taken any kind of feasibility or mentioned your name in the feasibility report? Why is that? First, Rishi, I have mentioned your question, and this Tarun, please answer.
So I haven't focused any new initiatives except the hostel audits, where I will be asking the team to go and check to every hostel whether are there any working. No, it's not AI generated. Like I took.
Okay, so the project repurpose will be structuring and making it regular. As of now, from the last 2 years, there have only two collection drive has been happened. One happened in the last month, 9th of February. And before that, there was another collection drive which is done in the Savera event. So with this structured and the regular collection drive, we'll be putting collection drive in the hostel itself. One day collection drive does not make the sustainable thing and have a much impact over the needy community. So we'll be collaborating with the Goon Foundation, having a regular and a structured collection drive, and having and developing a culture of donation over discarding. And we'll be focusing specifically at the end of semester when students put many of their old clothes, shoes, discard them. So we'll be having a culture of donation in that.
One clarification, whatever you just mentioned, that is the new plan of the Sajak they are going to do in this semester, and they have already proposed the budget for that. So why you didn't take the feasibility from both of the Sajak course or from me?
Hello to both of you. My question is to Tarun.
I guess there might be some matches, but I have not made my feasibility using AI.
Ask your question. Can you please ask your question? Do you have a question?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, then ask your question.
So my question is regarding this CLAMP initiative. First of all, it actually looks like a responsibility of a Sathi core, and most of the points that you have written are again connecting to something else in the manifesto. You have just mentioned activities like Insti Food Festival, Sathi Sock, Nutrition, which are your other points in the manifesto. And they are again conducted under the clamp initiative, there is nothing new that you have put inside it, and it is very redundant as a manifesto point. So how do you clarify it?
This is to
Tarun.
So the CLAMP initiative, it's a plan. So initially we'll be having a series of informative modules to the students that will make, the etiquettes issue which is there right now in the aspect of co-living which is there. So one section would be the co-living aspect, making some informative module for the student that will be pitching through various avenues. One is the UG immersion, where then through Sathi mentors we can pitch those informative videos among the students. The other aspects comes in various activities. So it's a plan, so it includes many activities. So they might, as you mentioned, these Insti Food Festival and Bachpan Mela, these will be some of the aspects which will be coming under CLAMP as a plan. We'll be having some independent activities within the through Sathi mentors. We'll be having some of the activities that will further foster the the cross cultural interaction among the students.
next question. Next question will come to follow-ups. I told you we'll come to follow-ups. Next question.
I have question to Tarun regarding your initiative of Lit Fest. So can you give us a proper plan of action and timeline? Like when are you planning to conduct this event and the budgeting? Because while we can see that you are planning this with EML, no feasibility was taken from any of the codes. And also because Lit Fest is something which is very niche in itself. So we expect a very limited number of footfalls. So how do you, like, what is the return on investment that you see here?
So we'll be conducting the literature festival in the old semester itself, and the theme is yet to be decided. So narrowing down the niche. Narrowing down the niche itself here itself, I don't think so. That would be right. The topics, the themes of the events are yet to be decided. So we can't call it. It will be a niche audience, and we'll be having less participation.
Next question. You can take a follow-up, but after he asks a question. Yeah.
So it's regarding Bhargavi's question only. So while the Dean of Student is an important stakeholder in all the student-related clubs, is it enough to take feasibility only from him? Because you have not taken feasibility for any of your manifesto points like Lit Fest, Bunyad, I Will, Hostel Graffiti. And how are you sure that teams under you will be working on these ideas if you haven't taken feasibility from the course?
Just one correction. For the graffiti thing, I have taken the feasibility even from the Dean Planning, sir. And coming to the second aspect, which is like why the feasibility from the current core. So these are the independent team initiatives that I will be taking next year. So there will be new course who will be working on these ideas, and these are independent initiatives of the sphere. So it doesn't require feasibility from the administration side. These are some of the team initiatives you can call.
Any more questions from Spherehead side? Okay, for those who did not ask questions, go first.
So my question is to both of you that you have mentioned, one is mentioned about food truck, one has mentioned about night canteen in Vajra. Basically that's campus cafe. So did you do any survey among the students about their choices, what all do they like, and what is the procedure of bringing a food truck and plus campus cafe vendor?
So I did survey in the PG hostels and the girls hostels nearby that academic zone. So they feel like the Usha, they don't get enough food, like the dosha and the veg food. So I am planning a food truck for the people to have a healthy meal during the late night also. So what? Data, survey. Yes. And also procedure. Oh. Procedure for the food truck, we need to check two major points, whether there is a waste inlet and outlet at the location which we are choosing, and whether the falls under deer grazing zone, and need to check whether it's a cleanable area. Like we should not litter the place because the animals will be roaming in the location. Feasibility took from the Dean administration. Feasibility took by the Dean administration, and the vendor will be contacted by the team, CFMC team.
Okay, so for the procedure of extending the late timings of the Vajra canteen located on the ground floor, as the vendor will remain the same, so there is no additional having a new tender or contract with the. We can have the changes in the clause with the same Vajra canteen, and that is something to be done through the Dean Administration Office.
But you have put Dean planning feasibility.
What?
Dean planning you have put in feasibility.
Yes.
Why? It is under Dean admin. Why have you put Dean planning?
That might be a typo. That's it.
Next question. Oh, yeah.
Good evening, Rishi. Good evening, Tarun. So my question is to Rishi. You have mentioned about OBT. So freshers already have OBT training. Plus, is it only applicable to UG students? We have around 1,200 UG students. And are you missing out PG students in the OBT training? Plus, like, how will you ensure that the mentors will be there for this training?
No, I haven't put any point of.
No, it's
okay.
for Tarun, sorry.
Tarun.
You mentioned Rishi.
In the first semester, so right now, in the first semester itself, we'll be having the OBT training with the mentors. So we can't make it compulsory, but we'll be floating the interest group in the mentors group. Any mentor who want to participate. So this is through this initiative, we'll be having a platform and the venues for the mentor and the mentees to come together and to participate in the outbounding training. So it will provide a platform for a better engagement, and that will enhance the relationship among themselves, and that will help them in better interaction and a better relation building thing.
How many have follow-ups to ask? Okay, we'll take one. White shirt.
So my follow-up was, so regarding that question of feasibility from the course, you told me that these are the new initiatives. So since I am a Pragati core and you were UPSC club head, I want to remind you that the scholarship test, we are actually doing it every year, and in your tenure also it was there. So did you forget about those things? Secondly, what is confusing me is that are you a broker or an SGS aspirant? Because that is what it seems to from reading your Bunyad feasibility. And second thing,
How
lead
many
fest
follow-ups
also.
do you have?
Huh?
How many follow-ups do you have?
It is the same follow-up. I am
What is your
targeting the
question?
2 manifesto points. First is Bunyad, second is lead fest. He has to take feasibility from the course because both of the initiatives are been going on.
Okay.
So there is no new initiative. It's the team working.
So the last time the scholarship that was conducted by me only, and that was a residential program scholarship. That was not a scholarship exam for the. And after that, there have been no scholarship tests conducted in the institute for the UPSC CSE student. So we'll be conducting it for the regular programs. We'll be having kind deals from the coaching, and we'll be having scholarship exam for the online courses for the individual mentorship. So that as of now, UPSC club have not done any new thing in that aspect. Take the mic.
See, when you talk about the scholarship test, it is conducted in March. And if you have contacted the course, you would have get to know that we are going to conduct those things. Did you contacted any of the Pragati course regarding that?
So like last year it was being conducted for the residential program, and we'll be making it structure not only for the
so it is just you are changing the structure, right? What's the difference?
Not the structure. We'll be having scholarship.
Rebranding is not a new manifesto point.
So it's not only about having the scholarship test. We'll be having workshop, and through it we'll be having
we conduct every year. We conduct workshop and all. What's new?
No, we don't have a regular coaching connect from the student side. We don't give discounted resource material to the student. No student in IT Madras have got benefited as of now, like any resource material from the coaching, exclusive material that coaching is prepared, like PT 365. So we can have these things.
Tarun, I would like to stop you here. The main purpose of Team Pragati is not to connect students from the coaching institute. We are here to build more and more bonding between the students so that they can prepare together and crack those examinations. That's what we have already discussed when I was Pragati Core and you were UPSC club head under me. So change that statement. If you are making that statement, that is a wrong thing. You are promising a wrong thing to GSB. Change it.
Next question.
Hi, Tarun, Rishi. So my question is for PGs. Okay. Two questions continuously. First, this year in PG immersion, what was the count? Count like, say, 150, 200, 200, 250. Answer me like this words. What was the count of PG immersion this year? And one of you have planned, Tarun, you have planned a 3-day, Rishi, you have planned a 3-day immersion, right? So I need a clarification for that. First, Tarun, how many was the turnout for PG immersion this year?
Like in total or for a particular?
I told you, right? Tell me in a bunch of 50. Okay. 200, 400, 450.
450 to 500.
Okay. Rishi?
300.
Okay. Both of you are totally wrong. Not even the half. This year the count was 200 to 250. And very, very bad to see PG is the backbone of our Insti and you are acting like this. Anyways, I want to get a clarification for the 3-day PG immersion program. We had a 2-day program. First of all, tell me what were the events on day 1 and day 2, PG immersion.
So we had an academic orientation and the spear orientation following by the art event, Mr. and Miss Rishi, DJ night.
And
so these were the...
What about Spotify?
Spotify, yeah, it was there in the day.
Okay, you forgot. No issues.
Yeah.
What's your 3-day plan?
So PG people will be coming in the July 1st week, 2nd week, 3rd week. So conducting immersion in the late August, end of the August is like something which we are lagging there. So I want to keep the immersion as soon as they enter into the industry, because immersion is something where there is a smooth transition from their old college to the new industry life. So for that, introducing them, all the clubs in the industry from our side, I feel like it's a good thing. So this 3-day immersion is mainly focused for the PG students. It will be in the July 3rd week. So the day 1, day 2, day 3 are as far I'm giving the timeline in my feasibility, as the day 1 is for academic orientation and some icebreaker events. Day 2 is for the...
Okay, you can stop. First of all, it's not feasible. Second, I am the PG core and you haven't taken feasibility from me, so sorry. Last question, Meenakshi, one follow-up. Last question for both of you. UG immersion, this year UG immersion, whole SAC was packed. It is the first point of contact for the students. Being an SGS, Atul was there in Germany, he has planned everything. UG immersion, the biggest first event of the Insti. What are your plans? Tell me that one point which was not done this year, which will be done this year. So the level the Team Sathi has created this year, how you're going to benchmark and go above that. Just one point. First from Rishi.
So I was also part of immersion, like it's a very good event. So I feel like continuing the same legacy will be a good thing. So if you want to add something extra, like we can add, we can talk with the appointed course and we can talk. One of my initiative of adding to the immersion was ICAM. So freshman, a Samiti's orientation will be done. It will be a good thing for freshmen also, because they can know what type of diverse. Yeah, I want to add ICAM to that fresh immersion program.
Okay. So one thing that we didn't had in the UG immersion this year was the Mr. and Mrs. Freshie. So that we had in the PG immersion. So this is one thing we can have it.
Yeah, just I'll do one thing. For the Mr. and Miss Freshie of UG, the Kalsec already contacted me. He said it will be colliding with their event. So we have to collaborate with them. All the secretaries and everyone has to go hand in hand. So this quality you need to inculcate in yourself. So that thing we cannot have because that is culture's part. But for PG we had. So I don't know how you're going to handle with the culture side. It's all up to you. Thank you.
After the clarification, we'll take 2 more questions from the spearheads. I'm extending the time and giving you 2 more questions, and then we'll move on to GSB. Give clarification. All right. So 2 more questions. Next. White shirt. Yeah.
So my first follow-up question is to Rishi. Did you take fund days from CMGFS or CFMC team on how to call a vendor? Okay, if yes, then how to call? Second follow-up question is to Tarun. Do you have any written feasibility from the vendor itself? Because whenever I go there, they are like, we are not considering extending the timings.
Can you repeat the question?
Basically, the question is, did you take fund day from CMGFS or CFMC team on how to call a vendor? Because what I feel, you didn't come to me regarding this thing. If yes, you have taken fund days, then how?
Like, I have took fund days from the CFMC, but not on the specific topic of how to contact a vendor. So, to my knowledge, calling a vendor, we need to search for a vendor outside the campus, and we need to submit the quotations to the Dean Administration, because we are planning it to keep in the academic zone. So he is having the complete control over the academic zone. So after we will finalize analyzing the quotations, we will finalize the vendor and we will call him.
So I have taken the verbal feasibility from the manager of the Vajra canteen.
Why not written? Because every day they are changing their statement that today we are okay, yes, tomorrow we won't be fine. And you didn't mention about any survey data, that how many people exactly want that. Last question, you didn't answer that.
Okay, so we didn't do any survey, but there's a lot of people working in the late night in the academic zone, specifically in the labs, and we didn't do the survey exactly, but we have the people who are working late till night. So I feel that would be a feasible option to having a night canteen in the academic zone, right from C5 building, people studying in their respective department labs and the research laboratory. There are always people who felt that this need is to wear, and over the past many years, this is a pressing demand from the student side. So having a night eatery in the academic zone.
Okay, you give clarification and then we'll take one last question from Spearheads.
So now, as Atul said, that CMGFS is bringing one new food truck near library. So consider your decision of bringing one more food truck, as he said, and please think about the people's opinion, what exactly they want in food cuisines. Thank you.
I have a question for Rishi. So, in your initiative Unplug and Connect, you have mentioned about a guest speaker lecture. So, like, given that EML has a well-established platform already, which you could leverage for this initiative, why have you not included or planned it along with the team?
Okay, you can take the mic to GSB.
And also, this question comes up because you haven't taken funders from any of the core of EML. So, if you don't know what a team under SGS wants from SGS, so how do you expect us to think that you know what the students want from you?
Okay, all right. Take them.
EML is a well-established team. It has some events planned, so I don't want to disturb by adding this program to the EML schedule. So that's why I am planning this with the Sati team.
Yeah.
So I did a mistake without talking to the EML course, that I can accept that. So
Yeah, got it. Yeah, GSP, how many of you have questions? One. Okay, we'll take that one question. You only have one question. Don't ask sub-questions. No essays. Yeah.
So I have a question for Tarun. Pretty sure when you were asked about travel club, you mentioned that whatever cost benefit you'll achieve by the efficiencies of group booking, you will use that cost benefit to pay for your team members to join the trip. So basically, whatever reduction in price you are getting, the cost benefit, you're using that to fund a paid vacation for your team members instead of passing it on to the people who are actually being part of your trip. How do you justify that?
Okay, so as an incentive to the one person who will be going with the, the whole group, only the travel, the partial subsidized, the partial aspect of the amount for that particular team member will be done from the overall benefit cost reduction that we are getting from as a group.
Any more questions from GSP? One question. We'll take that question. Yeah.
My question is to Rishi. I would like to bring the focus back on Rishi since the current SGS has focused much upon Tarun. As Atav mentioned, there is nothing worthwhile in your manifesto to question upon.
Come to the question, please. Don't make
Okay,
statements.
So, hack for good. I would like to ask, because there's nothing to ask, what exactly is differentiated from I will? It's something which I will is doing. So how can we trust a SGS who doesn't put a proper manifesto and just put what the club is doing? So I would like you to defend why you put a point when it's nothing new from what is being done.
So to bring to your notice that I will has a less peer in the institute, in the general student body. So with this program, I want to increase the peer of I will such that like-minded people can participate in this and contribute to the rural development.
Any more questions? Two more questions. We'll take two more questions and wrap up GSB. Kaushik, is there any issue?
He's an EM.
All right. Any more questions from GSP? Let's not waste time. No. Yeah, keep the question precise.
Yeah, I have a question regarding e-card after hours. So recently I saw a mail by SGS which says that there will be buses available in after hours which you can book. So what's new your e-card brings? Isn't it the same thing? Isn't it the same thing?
So as our SGS have given enough clarity upon the point, because he mentioned it's only for the emergency bus service. But I am opening the e-card service to everyone. There is a key difference between this, emergency and opening for everyone.
No more questions from GSP? All right. Does AC members have any more questions? We can take one or two more questions. Maximum. Okay, until then I will ask a question. I have one question. So this is a very hypothetical situational question. Let's say you're halfway into your tenure, both of you. You've won. And what happens is that a ratification schedule goes on. You find out that some of your team members have some issues with eligibility. It could be anything. So, and you are getting the directive that you should remove them from the team. But they are a very integral part of the team. They are probably head positions or core positions. So what would you do in such a situation? Would you prioritize rules or would you prioritize maintaining the integrity of the team?
Toward these type of questions, initially only we will mentioning all the eligibility criteria as an instruction part. So if someone overobeys and crosses these type, and if we really find these type of problems in the team members, it's good to go with that member because he is part of the team and he knows the work.
So are you saying that before selection you will make sure that everyone is eligible?
Yeah.
Tarun?
So we'll try to find if we get some exemption for that particular case, because that is a very valuable asset for our team. If we are able to get an exemption from the rule for that particular case, that would be well and good. Otherwise, ultimately we have to follow the rule.
All right, I think we can.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take one question from Karthik and we'll move to.
Yeah, exemption as in? I mean, who will give the exemption?
maybe the dean of students or directors, if we can get an exemption for the particular rule, considering the case basis.
If someone has a C cash, how can you get exemption for them?
Yeah, that's why. Depending on the case, in case if you get an exemption.
You cannot get exemption for
Yeah.
C cash.
So then we'll
Yeah.
follow the rule and.
All right.
Yeah, can SCCC direct SGS?
Who wants to answer?
Can SCCC direct SGS to do the required work?
Yeah, if any SGS or any EC council is not working according to the constitution or what they're supposed to, then SCCC can direct it.
Okay. What about you, Rishi?
Yeah, SCC can give suggestion.
Okay. So let's say SCCC gave a verdict. Okay. So suppose you feel that verdict is not up to the mark. So what would you do? Would you follow the verdict, or do you have any other avenues, or what would you do?
Suggest for the changes.
Suggest for changes? For SCCC?
Yeah.
We can make an appeal if you are not satisfied with the decision.
Yeah.
SCCC.
Yeah. Okay. We'll
Fine,
move on to
we'll
EC.
Yeah. Atul, we can take maximum 2 questions
Yeah,
and
this
we'll
is the
wrap
last
up.
question.
Okay.
So Tarun, Rishi, there are 2 major expectations when you are standing or contesting for an institute level position. First thing is a good knowledge about your sphere, a good knowledge about what you will be doing as a secretary. Second thing is your manifesto, your feasibility, the amount of hard work you have put there, that is also something that matters a lot. You have failed a lot, tremendously, I would say, in both of these things. Why I should consider you as a SGS candidate? This is the first part. Second part is, how do you see yourself to justify sitting at the position of SGS next year?
There might be some of the loopholes in my manifesto, in my feasibility. I'll be working upon
There
those.
are many.
Okay. So whatever it is, I'll be working on those, and we'll see how I can improve. I'll definitely will try to improve whatever that there are loopholes.
You had enough time to improve, right? You didn't come for fund days. You didn't come for feasibility. You didn't take feasibility from any of these courses.
Let
How do
both
you
of them
expect-
answer and then you comment. Let both of them answer.
So we'll surely try to improve, and whatever the challenges, constant that we are having, we'll try to resolve them, and we'll try to fulfill the
Heard
responsibilities
enough.
that we are.
Bookish answer. Rishi.
So I have realized that some of my there are some loopholes in my initiatives. So I will try to solve the issues. And as an SGS, if I elected as an SGS,
Copy paste. Go on.
if I get elected as an SGS, I will make sure that all the work goes smoothly.
Dear Janta, if you are listening to this, these 2 candidates are the worst candidate I have seen in the history
Atul,
of
let's
election.
refrain from making any
So-
comments.
No.
Let's refrain from making any comments.
As per my suggestion, as your current student general secretary, I would suggest to reject both of these candidates. Thank you. We can close.
Okay, so that's the end of Student General Secretary Soapbox. Before that, I would like to clarify on what Atul said. Everyone has an option to give preferential voting. You can give ranks for your votes. You can abstain or you can reject. Once again, you can test your candidates. You can talk to them. You can meet them. So that's it. All the best to both the candidates, Tarun and Rishi and Ayman, who is unfortunately not here. And all the best. That's it. So thank you guys for coming. Thank you GSB. Thank you EC members and Sphereheads.